So, einen wunderschönen guten Morgen am Sonntag um 9:30 Deutschlands. Zeit für den Knoppers. Nein, Zeit für Madden QB1. Wir zocken die Story weiter. Und wie ich ja schon gesagt habe, wir werden nun die nationale Meisterschaft, die Semifinals spielen. So, Kaffee ist auch am Start um die Uhrzeit. Sehr, sehr wichtig. So, da schauen wir mal, dass wir nicht nur in den Semifinals nicht nur eine gute Figur machen, sondern dass wir vielleicht sogar auch weiterkommen und uns in der nationalen Meisterschaft präsentieren können. Wie mir es ja auch Isaiah Street hieß er, glaube ich. Isaiah Street.
The 2018 college football season has been a wild one, and we are now down to 4 as EA Sports is proud to welcome you to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, it's the first of our college football playoff semifinal matchups as we'll see the Miami Hurricanes taking on the Red Raiders from Texas Tech.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Hey, man, don't listen to the critics. You got all the talent in the world. Just go out there and put on a show.
Thanks. Means a lot.
All right, man. Hit me up when you get to the league.
Yeah.
Ich bin echt mit dem Aussehen unseres Charakters nicht so ganz zufrieden, aber naja. Passiert, kommt vor. So, wir sind in einer Halle, also machen wir den.
For the right to play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara, we are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
34 Yard Line starten wir. Die Coach Suggestion. Wir lassen erstmal.
A big test coming tonight. Here's college snap number 1 for him as the Red Raiders go to work 1st and 10.
Red Raiders. Okay, so heißen wir. Ja, und Snap 1 für Rittala, aber als erstes mal Einlaufspiel. Und der sieht auch gar nicht so schlecht aus. Ja, kommt hier sehr gut durch.
First play of the drive, a
success. Einen schönen Spin-Move gemacht.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, with that continuity is there, you can see that they're playing off of each other. While the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A Texas Tech 3rd in the nation in passing yards per game this season. And this is an offense that's really predicated on the quarterback being more of a point guard, distributing the football accordingly. Quick, reliable, on-target throws. That's the recipe for success in this system. And they were really adamant about keeping things the same no matter who is under center, even with their backup out there. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
2nd and 2.
Kriegen wir den ersten Sack ab.
And he goes down.
Da habe ich ein bisschen zu lange gebraucht.
I think that's an example of how the game speed is different than in practice, because in practice, you might not be going full speed. A lot of guys in shorts coming your way, so it's going to be a big key to see how he adjusts to how the speed really picks up in this game, and if he's able to get rid of the football.
And think about it, Charles, that's the first time he's hit the ground with a sack since his high school days. He played in a couple spring games, but those were non-contact for the quarterback.
Yeah, they're wearing a different color jersey. No one hits the QB, even in the spring game.
So, ich bin ab und zu auch mal ein bisschen ruhig, dass man die Kommentatoren hört, weil
you think about it, Marcus Washington, 4-year starter, came in as a true freshman to lead this team. He's 3rd all-time in passing yards in school history, 2nd in touchdowns, twice. And he will get this into the end zone for a Red Raider touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Red Raiders
so, und da haben wir den ersten Touchdown gemacht. So, nochmal ganz kurz. Ich bin ab und an mal ruhig. Hört den Moderatoren zu. Die erzählen als Sachen, die storyrelevant sind. Also man hört auch gleich bald demnächst irgendwann mal oder ich glaube, das ist im vierten Quarter, hört mal, warum Isaiah Street sagt, er will die Nationalmeisterschaft gewinnen, gerade für seinen Bruder. Und wir haben jetzt halt gehört, oh ja, Washington da und hier, wir als, ja, haben noch keinen einzigen Snap gemacht und bla, wie es halt so von der Story her ist. Deswegen nimmt es mir als mal nicht böse, wenn ich leise bin.
And it's good to make it 7-0. Following the touchdown, the Red Raiders set to kick it away.
Es geht aber noch.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
So. 2 Running Backs enthalten, 2 Wide Receiver. Gibt
the Hurricanes now
Laufspiel.
1st and 10.
Nein, ein schneller Pass. Ich komme mit der Steuerung der Verteidigung im Moment noch nicht so klar. Das ist ein bisschen anders da wie bei
Madden. Of course, a 3-time national champion back in the 80s, 83, 87, 89. They then added 2 more for good measure in 91 and 2001. But they haven't held that trophy since. And he's able to get out to the 32. Down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Antworten.
Now Gregory.
Dieser Hitstick. Ich muss da echt aufpassen, wie ich den einsetze. Bei McNachten konnte ich den eigentlich fast immer einsetzen. Hier muss ich echt ein bisschen aufpassen.
Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. He will not be throwing to start out as they begin on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Texas Tech, a newcomer to the college football playoff. They have won 11 conference titles in their history. But boy, this would be quite a feat to make a run through these games in Dallas and Santa Clara. 16 yards, a first down. So much made about the fact that we've got a quarterback who's never seen the field in a college football game. But if you go back to his high school days, he's played in front of crowds. Maybe not quite this.
Genau, das ist es. Jetzt hört ihr wieder von den Moderatoren ein bisschen Geschichte. So, oh, er hat hier jetzt im College nicht gespielt, aber Highschool. Jetzt erzählt er vom Highschool.
Size, but it wasn't abnormal for them to have 15, 20,000 people in the stands at his high school games, and the numbers from his senior year as a prepster, impressive. Led his team to a 14-0 record, threw for close to 4,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions, and he also chipped in 11 rushing touchdowns to boot. So it's not as if this guy doesn't know what he's doing out there under center. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Die Read Option. Gucken, ob wir das hinbekommen.
On On first down, they're going option left.
Das war nix.
And that play will
Ich
go
weiß nicht, wie ich bei der
Losing
Read-Option
yardage
den
back
Ball
near midfield
abgebe.
at the 49.
Das ist mal im Skill-Training
That
ein
sends them
bisschen
2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Well, I tell you what, that doesn't look like the throw of a guy who's never played college football. And you think about it, part of the reason you have to remember, he's run the scout team in practice for 4 years, and that scout team has had to go up against their own first stringers on the defensive side. So he has practiced for all 4 of those years against one of the best defenses in the country. He seems to be ready for this opportunity.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits.
Also werden die Moderatoren hier ab und an mal über mich erzählen oder über Texas Tech. Ich versuche jetzt hier taktisch ein bisschen Zeit von der Uhr zu nehmen, dass, wenn die jetzt den Ball bekommen, nicht mehr so viel Zeit auf der Uhr haben. Das heißt, ich will jetzt gerne das große Big Play, sondern ich will mich Stück für Stück ranarbeiten. So wie hier. Aber jetzt bin ich ausgelaufen, das heißt, auf die Uhr gestoppt, das war nicht so mein Plan.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
7 yards there and a first down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The Red Raiders come up now, first and goal.
Da war eine riesige Lücke, die musste ich nehmen. Es tut mir leid. Sorry, aber die musste ich annehmen. Und ich sage immer noch, der Charakter, der ist wesentlich genommen. Schade, dass ich das nicht nochmal bearbeiten kann. Aber ihr habt gesehen, also das Coverage war relativ in Ordnung. Da hätte ich vielleicht doch noch einen Pass anwerfen können. Aber die haben mir so eine Lücke aufgeblockt. Das ist so wie, als wäre die Tür aufgegangen. Das musste ich nutzen.
Bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25
on the touchdown. 3 Minuten auf der Uhr gelassen. Also sie haben noch Zeit zu punkten, aber
set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The throw over the middle, taken in.
Come on!
Take this in for a Miami touchdown.
Aber
they were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies a big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 out the gate early.
88 out the gate?
Wir haben noch 2:25 auf der Uhr. Wir können eventuell noch punkten, wenn wir das gut hinbekommen. Wir haben noch 3 Timeouts auf der Uhr.
It's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Also, das ist gar nicht so
the Texas Tech offense set to go for their next possession. Charles, so much of this offense the last few years centering around the combination. No way to escape, and he goes down.
gerade am Trockenfuß werfen.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Was denn los, Alter?
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And an alley to run.
Ich hab's versucht.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Wir punten.
The Red Raiders punter is out on the field now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt.
Also Wahnsinn, da war ich jetzt selbst so, wow, überrascht. Hammerding, Alter. Hammerding.
Here's the Miami offense ready to go for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Gregory. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 27 yards there. A first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Gregory to throw. Throwing right in, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play. It's better than 40 yards total. First down now, but that clock rolling. Gregory will look to throw it. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looking to throw. Gregory. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm looking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. The Red Raiders with a 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. That's
Wir haben es versucht, hätte sein können, dass der Lauf hier durchgeht, aber gut, alles in Ordnung. Lass die Zeit
so we come
ablaufen.
upon halftime at Arlington with the Red Raiders in the lead.
We up!
Hey, kid. Just checking in with you. How do you feel about the first half?
That's how we play. Let's go.
That's how we play. Let's go!
Yeah, great first half. We keep doing what we're doing, we might win this thing.
There's a lot of wheeze in that sentence.
Ich weiß nicht, irgendwas hat
It's a
der
good thing to
Charakter an der
recognize
Lippe.
your teammates. But you remember, you're leading the charge tonight, all right? So get out there and let's put this thing
Warum?
away.
Keine Ahnung.
Second half. Let's go.
So, da haben wir die erste Halbzeit überstanden. Und wir haben gesagt, hey Leute, das war nicht mein Verdienst, das ist die Teamleistung. Und es ist immer das Team. Oh, der Head Coach.
Really good job out there in the first half. I should have trusted you more.
That's on me.
Schon gut, Alter. Passt schon.
I'm over it. All that matters is the win.
All right. Can you handle it if I open up the playbook a little bit in the second half?
Let's do it.
Let's get him.
Thanks, Coach.
Sehr schön. Es hieß ja jetzt ganz am Anfang, oh, wir machen das Playbook klein, damit er überhaupt klarkommt. Und jetzt sagt er, hey, ich hätte dir mehr vertrauen sollen, du bist doch ein Guter. Und wir haben dann gesagt, ja, ey, alles gut, kein Thema. Was zählt, ist der Sieg. Und jetzt meint der Coach, komm, ich mach dir das Playbook ein bisschen weiter auf und dann geht's mal richtig ab.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback and it comes out to the 25-yard
So,
line.
und jetzt wäre es wichtig, wir machen ein Free and Out.
Set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game.
Holen uns
What's the
dann
tonality?
eventuell den nächsten Touchdown.
When a game is within striking distance like this of MMA.
Kam durch, aber wurde
What they're doing is
weggeblockt.
emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ja,
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Dritter und 5.
Tough first half for him. Unable
Was ich
to
auch
put up the
mittlerweile
numbers
cool
he's used
finde
to
bei
producing, but a guy like
Madden
him,
20,
you
ich
know,
weiß nicht, ob es vom 19er war, ich habe nur das 18er gehabt.
for him to make an impact
Du
on
hörst die
this
Spielaufwelle,
game, and on the stat
boom,
sheet
was
as
geht
well.
ab und so, wie die mitfeiern, das ist schon cool gemacht, muss ich ehrlich sagen. Gefällt mir sehr gut.
Back to throw.
Das ist ein Screen Pass.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's
Aber wir haben es gestoppt. Sehr gut aufgepasst von ihm.
Bring up 4th down.
I know you got a baseball background.
4. und 4.
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right? It starts-
Whether it goes or not. Yeah.
yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass?
Was?
And if
Nein.
those get red, well, we just saw that there.
Come
No
on.
game.
No game. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Warum kann ich denn da hinten nicht aufs Knie gehen? Normalerweise geht man mit Dreieck aufs Knie. Nee, jetzt springt er hoch.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get
So,
out
Nummer
there,
1
they think
ist
they
immer,
need to light a fire.
wenn der
But in this
wenn das
case,
Laufspiel funktioniert,
let's go
lass
to
es
the virtual
laufen.
locker room, 'cause here's what I think
Erst wenn
happened.
sie stoppen,
They got in there and they said,
kann man mal
listen,
sagen,
let's take
probiert mal was
control right
anderes.
away.
Yeah,
Defense,
yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back
Sehr
over to
gutes
the
Laufspiel,
offense
muss man
and let
sagen.
them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
Schauen mal, ob uns
Check
dadurch
so
ein bisschen
far. Defense shut them down.
die
Let's see
Pässe
if the offense gets
aufgemacht
done.
werden.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Werden sie sogar und ich kann sogar Isaiah Street anspielen.
And they'll get this
Oh,
past
so
midfield
muss
before
das.
being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You know, you think back to what kind of parallels you can draw for what this young quarterback is trying to do, trying to lead a team to a national championship with so little experience. And the one name that I come back to, Cardell Jones at Ohio State back in the 2014 season. Very similar situation. Limited appearances through the first few years of his career. Then all of a sudden he's thrust into the national spotlight, just like this young man has been. And all Jones was able to do, well, win a national championship and then move on to a career in the NFL. So it can definitely happen.
Schade.
And they'll be
das ist schon mal
inside the
gelöst,
25
aber
now at the 24.
wir haben
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation,
Fake
go ahead and give it to your
screen
back.
here.
Let him pick up a
Das will ich
first
gerne mal
down.
ausprobieren.
Keep the sticks moving.
1st and 10 now for Texas Tech. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Streets. And he will get this into the end zone for a Red Raider touchdown. Isaiah Streets, his second touchdown
bauen
of
wir
the
die Führung
night.
auf.
And the Red Raiders push that advantage out a little bit more.
7-1 21, aber noch genügend Zeit auf der Uhr für Miami, aufzuholen, also man darf nicht nachlässig werden.
We saw Isaiah Streets out there alone with just his young quarterback and center going through all sorts of different routes, making sure that they had everything ironed out, and it pays off there on the touchdown throw. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
So, dann
here's the Miami offense ready to go for their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He's going to launch this thing right down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Schade, das habe ich übermöglich.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Looking to throw. Gregory comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Back to throw. Gregory. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun on third down.
Jetzt bin ich so gut durchgekommen und dann haut den kurz vor raus.
He'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am.
And he will take this in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know what else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll run on first down. It's Young, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third is we're through 3 quarters of play. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On second down, it's Young. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The Red Raiders with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Airs this out for Streets. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Isaiah Streets the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will get this into the end zone for a Red Raider touchdown. Tim Young, 27 yards. And the Red Raiders push that advantage out a little bit more. There are several elements to a
Sie haben zwar jetzt noch 4 Minuten auf der Uhr, aber sind ziemlich weit hinten. Also 14 Punkte.
Almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Hurricanes offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
On fourth down, Gregory. And that is incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out.
Dürfte es gewesen sein. Das heißt,
on the short side of the field.
Wir können relativ viel Zeit von der Uhr nehmen und sind da noch im Scoring Range. Also wir können sogar selbst noch mal punkten oder ein Field Goal reinhauen.
But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Irgendwie habe ich das Gefühl, dass die Jungs so langsam keinen Bock mehr haben
the way he's controlled this huddle, playing with a lot of confidence, and that confidence has been transmitted to the rest of the team.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a
So,
really
dann lassen wir nochmal die Uhr ablaufen bis zur
Two-Minute-Warning. From the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Aber es sieht für uns relativ gut aus. Hier gibt es keine Two-Minute-Warning.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Okay, das verstehe ich jetzt nicht. Nein!
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Bin ein bisschen böse, aber
Still third down.
Two-Minute Warning? Viertes Quarter? Oder haben sie gesagt, nö, wollen wir jetzt nicht haben? Ich muss selbst wieder auswählen, weil...
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, third and goal.
Delay of game, offense.
Jo, läuft! Genauso wie es geendet hat.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, third and goal. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Ja, Mann,
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
War alles so nett
As they'll head
geplant.
to the sideline
Scheiß
and
Delay of
talk over
Game.
what to do
Zweimal.
next. And this one is right through.
Drückt ihn aber rein.
And that will
Das
extend
sollte
their lead
relativ
even
sicher sein.
further.
Das ist
So
wieder
with that, you
Two-Minute Warning.
figure
Wo war
that
denn
this
die
game's pretty
jetzt?
much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go.
Here's the Miami offense ready to go for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 29 yards.
Okay, jetzt geben sie nochmal richtig Gas.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Warum kriege ich nicht den, der wo am Ball ist und dann einen kann? Also,
18 yards and a first
weiß
down.
nicht, diese Auswahl, was für ein Spieler man kriegt, ist alles nicht so.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Hurricanes. A 14-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at.
Aber nur 36 Sekunden auf, aber immer noch 10 Punkte.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Here's Young. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Young. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Dann können wir eigentlich schon Knie
The chance of
nehmen, und dann
wasting
war's
this
das.
great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
So haben wir es geschafft. Wir gehen ins Finale der Nationalen Meisterschaft. Wir könnten ihnen sogar noch ein Field Goal reindrücken. Was man ja in der Regel nicht macht, aber ich bin ein Arsch. Ich drück denen das Field Goal noch, oder versuche es zumindest.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So on the stretch of 3 touchdown passes in the first college start for their senior quarterback, the Red Raiders of Texas Tech are moving on to play for their first national championship on Monday, January the 7th.
Da geht es ab, da freuen sie sich natürlich zu Recht. Und wenn es jetzt speichert, war's das für Folge 2 von QB1. Ich werde, glaube ich, direkt im Anschluss. Ja, und da haben wir den Speicherpunkt. Ja, wie gesagt, wir sehen uns jetzt gleich direkt demnächst bei Madden 20 QB1. Wie immer, vielen lieben Dank fürs Zuschauen und in diesem Sinne, ab in die Rinne. Ciao, ciao.